I usually ask students to listen to different songs. Songs are one of the way how we know how we are doing, and it allows us to capture certain moments, certain emotions, certain feelings, certain historical events. This one was from Judy Small, Montreal, December 89. You can Google the event and have learn that in École Polytechnique, a number of women were killed or murdered on December 6, 1989, because there was a person who believed that women were not supposed to be in certain profession, in this case engineering. And that's where we start seeing those intersectionalities of professional status in this case and gender come into play, where people are denied to right for education based on their gender. There's many stories like this every day people experience based on their gender, race, ethnicity, sexuality, class, age, and other factors. What we can do to protect people, to support them, to advance their education, to promote their welfare, how we can stop those massacres from happening in the future, where people die, where people are not able to receive proper care, proper supports, proper housing, proper health services, no matter where they live. And those stories I always show to students, and those songs, I will ask you to always think about songs where people try to raise awareness about concerns, about issues that need public attention, that we need to remember, we need to never forget, we need to support people in their rights for equity, for equality, for all. Every time, whenever you learn about social welfare, there will be groups who are excluded from receiving different services, no matter if it's an education, healthcare, services related to food security, services to housing. There is groups which are not part of receiving those services for different reasons. Will be uh, seen as not eligible. Our goal will be to ensure that education is accessible to all, healthcare is accessible to all. Everyone who needs the services will need to receive them as part of living in specific place, in community, in a country. That's why we look on social policy on municipal, provincial, and federal levels for all Canadians, for all uh, people living in certain province, for all people living in certain city, in municipality. That's how we promote social welfare and ensure that social justice is for everyone. And again, definition of social justice is a distribution of resources among people, which is based on equality and fairness. Both are a critical concept to learn for any social worker of what it's mean to be equal, to be fair. Keep learning, keep sharing your knowledge. We'll have discussion. We will have ways to think what we can do to promote education for all, and not only for certain genders, not only for certain class, not only for certain age, but for every age, every gender, every class, and every race. Have a good discussion, and we will have a further overview of, of the lecture in class. Have a good watching, and I know it's quite hard to hear about persons' death and its reality for many people who live in very limited uh, societies where there is still prejudice, stigma, barriers to access.